Hey there, everybody. Happy Friday. It's time once again for Strat-O-Matic Baseball, the Friday Happy Hour edition. That's right, Michael. Hello, Franklin. Mike, Kevin, greetings. 71 Draft League, Victoria Seals of Great Falls Giants. Mookie and the cat. Mookie's in his new spot on top of the kitchen cabinet. I have a theory about that. I think it's warmer there. I'll show you that when we do the 7th inning stretch. Today's game promises on the surface to be an offensive one. Wickersham's numbers real life not that bad. Newman, pretty bad card, frankly. I'll give you the replay stats here. First, the standings. And a shout out to Shane and hello to Jeremy. And very tired yesterday. I forgot to mention that with the loss, Minnesota dropped out of the tie for first. So the Orioles' sole possession of first place, now a half a game ahead of the Twins. The Indians, in winning that game, moved to within 3. Then you have Kansas City 3.5 back, and today's team, the Detroit Tigers, just 4 back. California at 15 and 23, 10.5 back. And looking at the records of the starting pitchers today, Fred Newman, he's a right-hander, 1-3 with a very high 7.43 ERA. This is his 6th start. He's made a couple relief appearances. Wickersham 0-1, 6.64. Wickersham has been in 10 ball games, but just 2 starts. So this is his 3rd start. And he's only worked 20 innings. So, in other words, both pitchers have been let out pretty good so far in the replay. And welcome to the happy hour, Bob. Oh, wow, you have the... So, Shane, you have the Japanese season? Holy cow, I didn't even know that was available. Okay, let's get to this one. Here on Finally a Friday, it's going to be Paul Shaw leading off at third base. This is for the Angels, of course. Jim Fregosi at shortstop. Rick Reichard is in center field again. Willie Smith in left field in the cleanup spot. Interesting choice. You can see the card, and he's a weak to boot. That's nobody's idea of a cleanup hitter. But anyway, that's where he's batting. Norm Seaburn at first base. Ed Kirkpatrick in right. Bobby Knopp is at second. Bob Buck Rogers behind the dish. And Newman, the pitcher, hits ninth. Tigers will have Bill Freehand catching. Cash, Lumpy, McAuliffe, and Don Wirt around the infield. First to third, and the outfield left to right. Gates Brown's back in the lineup in left. Kaline and Northrup rounded out. I have the Windows version, Shane. But I did not know that was available even in that format. Okay, Wickersham's ready to go to work here. Up steps Paul Shaw to start it off. Shaw, 252 average, 2 homers, 10 RBIs. Shaw, one of those players with nearly as many walks as hits. He has 30 hits, but he's also drawn 29 walks. So Shaw, a nice job of getting on base, at least so far. And here's Wickersham's pitch on a 6-8. It's a fly ball into right field. Northrup is there, makes the catch, and there's one away. And greetings to Cleveland baseball fan, and hello, Ben Witz. I wondered what you were, Ben, with the Tigers playing. I'm thinking Ben's lagging today. Just giving you a hard time. Yeah, I know you get home from work around now. Here's Fregosi now. Fregosi, the leading hitter on the club at .318, 5 home runs, and a team leading 22 RBIs. So Wickersham ready to go. Pitch to Fergosi's a 5-6 right-handed. That's going to be a triple to 2. He'll settle for a long single on a 16, and Fergosi is aboard, a star 16 stealer. We're going to take a look at the battery now for Detroit. Wickersham, a 0 hold. Freehand, the Gold Glover with that -3 gun back there, however. That makes Fergosi a 13. They're not going to hold him. With the Angels steal at 113, he's a star stealer, so he has the lead. I'm going to roll for it. 1 to 3 he goes. 4 he will not go, and Reichart will hit away. Reichart hitting 288. 10 home runs, 21 RBIs, among the league leaders in homers. Wickersham comes in there with a 5-8 right-handed. It's a fly ball into center field. K-line drifting over, and he'll grab it for out number 2. That'll bring up Willie Smith, the cleanup man. Smith just 5 for 24 so far. Does not have a home run. Just 1 RBI, left-handed batter. Wickersham out of the stretch on a 3-7, grounder to second base. Lumpy has it and throws him out. And that was take a look at that again, a ground ball B+. So by not holding Fergosi, that prevented that from being a single with a 2-base advance. And there's the hidden benefit to not holding the runner. The Tigers' strategy in that case was, you know what, we can score runs. If you want to try to steal at 65%, go for it. Strategy paid off for Detroit in the first inning as the Angels get no runs on 1 hit and leave 1. So half an inning played. It's California nothing, Detroit coming to bat. And here's the lineup. Dick McAuliffe leads off at shortstop. Jerry Lumpy is at second. Norm Cash at first base. K-line in center, the usual 3-4 hitters. Jim Northrup will be in right field. Bill Freehand, the catcher, hits 6th. Gates Brown is in left. Don Wirt down at third. And Wickersham, the pitcher, hitting 9th. The Angels defensively, Rogers, the catcher. Seaburn, Knopp, Fergosi, and Shaw around the infield. Smith, Reichart, and Kirkpatrick left to right in the outfield. And hello, Bill. Welcome. I'm looking at Shane's remark now. It's under the baseball special editions and extras section. And welcome to Frank. Well, I may have to look into that, Shane. I was unaware of that. Okay, Tigers to bat here in the bottom of the first. Dick McAuliffe will start it off. He's hitting just 203, but another one of those players who loves to draw walks, 24 for 118, but he has 23 walks. Excuse me, he's 20 for 96. My eyes again. 23 walks. So he has more walks than hits, in other words. Left-handed hitter. Newman into the windup. Comes in there with a 3-6. Struck him out. McAuliffe down on strikes. And here's Lumpy. Lumpy at 281, 2 homers, 11 RBIs, left-handed hitting second baseman. Newman with the windup, and here's the pitch to Lumpy. It's a 3-7 right-handed. It's a base hit. Just got it on the 16. Just past the diving Knopp and into right field for a single. Lumpy at first now. I tell you what, Lumpy has to be the slowest middle infielder in this set, doesn't he? I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but just going from memory, I can't remember another 1 through 9 running middle infielder with virtually no chance to steal a base. Right? I mean, the middle infielders are usually quick guys. Anyway, he's on first, 1 down, and here's Cash. Cash hitting 268, 7 home runs, 19 RBIs for Storm and Norman. Newman stares in from the stretch. First to Cash is a 4-8 left-handed, and Cash lines a single into right field. Lumpy rounds 11 to third base. Kirkpatrick a 0. He's going to hold up. So Lumpy's lack of speed comes into play already, as he can only advance to second. And here's K-Line. K-Line, the leading hitter, at least in terms of qualified at-bats. He's hitting .321 so far. 6 home runs, 22 RBIs. First and second, one down. Here's Newman's pitch to K-Line. It's a 5-8 righty, grounder to second base X. That's the Gold Glover Knopp. This should be 2. It's a 1E17. Here's the play on a 13, and he makes the double play. Knopp to Fregosi to Seaburn, side retired. 4-6-3X, nice play, Knopp. Tigers leave one, and we're scoreless after an inning. And who predicted the 1-0 game? Right, that's because I said it was going to be a high-scoring game today. And often that happens, right? I mean, on the surface, with these two pitchers, you would think on paper this would be a high-scoring game, but we know it doesn't always go that way. In fact, oftentimes, Strat tends to kind of fly in the face of expectations. And I like that about it. I'm not complaining. It makes it interesting. Lumpy was a solid player. Yes, sir. He just couldn't run. Maybe he could run in other years. I don't know. Let's look at that. Where was Lumpy in his career in '66? Well, he came up in '56. Okay, so this was his last full season, really. He played sporadically in 1967, and that was it. So Lumpy, 33 years of age at this point. It's entirely possible that he was a bit more fleet of foot a few seasons ago. Yeah, and I'm envious of that, Frank. We got snow this morning a little bit. It stopped. It'll be gone by tomorrow. And welcome to Russ. Yeah, I know, right? Just doesn't drive in my mind for a middle infielder for some reason. Second inning, it's going to be Seaburn, Kirkpatrick, and Knopp for the Angels. Seaburn on the season, off to a horrible start. Just 16 for 91. That's a 176 average. And still looking for his first home run of the year. A pitch from Wickersham on a 1-8. Base hit up the middle for Seaburn, and he's aboard. Seaburn, very slow. And here's Ed Kirkpatrick now. Kirkpatrick just 197, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. Here's Wickersham now from the stretch. That's going to be a 2-3 right-handed, and he hits him on the roll of a 2, and that's going to be a warning issued to Wickersham. So Jim Honachek issues the warning. Angels put the first 2 runners on here, and now it's up to Knopp. Knopp is at 206, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. The pitch from Wickersham is a 4-3 right-handed. It's a grounder to first base X. That's Cash. Cash a 2E18 as he ranges to his right. Here's the play on a 10. It's the E-range. That's going to be a roll of a 10 on an 18, and Cash has it down to McAuliffe 1, back to first, double play. Nicely done by Cash. 3-6-3X on the side is retired. Yeah, well, Bill checks on that. I am going to pause this video I was watching on TV. I forgot to do that. So I can get back to that later on this afternoon. And here's Newman now getting ready to work the bottom of the inning. Russ, I do not know. Maybe somebody else can answer that. When I saw Honachik, not familiar to me. So there you go. Thank you, Bill. Kind of what we thought. Lumpy was what you would expect from a middle infielder, a more in line 1 through 14. Here's Northrup to lead off the bottom of the second for Detroit. Northrup hitting .254, 5 home runs, 14 RBIs. Newman's pitch on a 1-3. That's a base hit into right field for Northrup. Northrup aboard. He's a star 15 stealer. So let's check the Angel battery now. Newman with a -2 hold. Rogers a -2 arm. That's 4. And that'll knock Northrup down to an 11 without even being held. Oh my God, I do remember that now. So that was Honachik. The name didn't sound familiar. So he was around quite a while. Seems like I should remember him, at least better than I do. Bill Freehan steps in, runner at first, nobody out. Freehan just .203 so far, 4 homers, a dozen RBIs. Newman working from the stretch now. Here's the pitch on a 4-5 right-handed fly ball into right field. Kirkpatrick drifts over and grabs it for the out. And here comes Gates Brown. Brown at .324. 2 homers, 6 RBIs. 11 for 34, if you're wondering. Brown has not played all that much. Mostly due to his defense, of course. Newman from the stretch. 4-7 left-handed. Base hit into center field. An open single. Northrup 14 to third. Well, shit. 14 to third. Hang on a second. There's 1 out. They're going to send him. Brown, the trail runner of 14. The Angels will cut it off and hold Brown at first. And Mookie just broke something, so I'm going to have to take a short break here. You're just a terror today, aren't you? Thanks. Well, that's 2 down, 3 to go in the lighthouse department. All right, where were we? Brown's on first, a 20, but only a 3 to get the lead. Not a good gamble at all. So first and third, 1 away. Don Wirth, the batter. Wirth hitting .257, 5 homers, 13 RBIs. Looking at Wirth's card, the Angels will play it at double play depth. And here's Newman's pitch on a 5-2 right-handed, a fly ball to center field, fairly deep. Reichart backing up a bit. He makes the catch. Northrop will tag and score. And the Tigers take the lead 1-0. So a sac fly by Wirt. Here's Wickersham, a right-handed hitter. Newman, 3-6, grounder to short. Routine for Fregosi. He throws him out, and that's the inning. For the Tigers, a run on 2 hits, they leave a man. After 2 innings, they lead it 1-0. And we had another question here that I missed here from Bill. A 91 card, every team had 20 pitchers, 79 at 12. Yeah, well, the game changed a lot. 91, more or less the early days of the steroid era. Heck, nowadays they probably have 30. I don't know that for a fact. I'd have to add them up. But I have the 2023 set. Not in cards, of course. It's on my computer, so I could go in there and add them up. Alrighty, we go to the 3rd inning. Tigers leading 1-0. Wickersham on the mound facing Rogers. Buck Rogers, where is he? Hitting .215, 2 homers, 11 RBI. Switch hitter, batting lefty. Here we go, 5-9, swung on and missed, strike 3. First strikeout for Wickersham. You really think so, Frank? I don't know about that, but okay. Here's Newman, right-handed hitter. 5-10 right-handed, shallow fly ball to left. Here comes Gates Brown. He just does catch up with it, and quickly there are 2 down. Here is Shaw now. He led off the game by flying out to right. Dice out of the tower. That's a reroll. Shaw fouls one back. Wickersham gets a new ball. And here's the next pitch to Shaw. It's going to be a 6-8 right-handed. Fly ball into right field. Shaw goes the other way with it. Northrop gliding over and grabs it to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Angels in the 3rd. Okay, bottom of the 3rd. Top of the order for Detroit. Dick McAuliffe to start it off. Dick struck out his first time today. Newman into the windup. 3-12 right-handed as a fly ball deep to right field. Backing up is Kirkpatrick. On the track hauls it in. So McAuliffe gave it a ride. Died on the warning track. And hello, Trent Smith. Welcome. Good to see you. Here's Lumpy, 1-for-1. The pitch from Newman is a 4-4 left-handed. That's going to be catcher's card X. That's Rogers. Rogers is a 2E3. And here's that play on a 10E range. It's an 8 on an E3, and it's a little nubber in front of the plate. Rogers pounces on it like a cat. Fires down to Seaburn for the out. And here's Cash. Cash singled his first time up. 2 down, nobody on. Here's Newman's pitch. 5-10 left-handed. He grounds it to shortstop X. That's going to be Fregosi. Fregosi a 2E36, ranges behind the bag. Here's the play, it's the E range. It's a 10 on a 36, and he makes the play for the out. So nice play for Fregosi, 6-3X, 1-2-3 go the Tigers, and after 3 complete, Tigers lead it 1-0. So far, not the slugfest I was expecting. Rotisserie, yeah, I played that one year, and then I went to the Bill James Fantasy Baseball, now called Stats Fantasy Baseball. That one, the scoring made a lot more sense to me, at least. It was more realistic. However, that was just a void filler, really. That was in the period when I first moved up to Spokane, our face-to-face league from California. Everybody went to the Winds. And then around 92, 93, I found a Strat Keeper League through the Lamana Baseball Bulletin, and I was back into Strat again. Okay, Wickersham ready to work the 4th. Fregosi to start it off. Wickersham into the windup. 1-7, struck him out. Strikeout number 2 for Wickersham. And with 1 away, the batter will be Reichard. Wickersham comes in there with a 2-4 right. He gets a fly ball into right field. Northrup is there. And we have 2 quick outs in the 4th. Here's Willie Smith now. Willie 0 for 1. Wickersham with a 5-6 lefty. That's going to be banged into right field for a single. Triple on a 1. Smith rolls the 11, and he'll be standing at first with 2 down, and Norm Seaburn will be the hitter. Yeah, you've noticed in 66, even in the lower scoring games, we have quite a few hits. And in the high scoring games, it's not unusual to have 25, 26, 28 hits in a game. Just not the case anymore. 3 true outcomes, and it's a fact. Runner at first, 2 down. Here's Seabird now. Wickersham from the stretch. That's going to be a 4-2 left-handed. It's a ground ball wide to second, scooped up there by Lumpy, who throws him out, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Wickersham pitching a dandy so far. '71 and '72, probably 2 of my favorite sets in my life. Tigers coming to bat in the bottom of the 4th will have Kaline, Northrup, and Freehan. Kaline 0 for 1. Newman into the windup. That's a 3-3 right-handed, and he walks him. Leadoff walk to Kaline. Let's check his running rating now. Not a threat to steal, and the -4 battery, that would knock him down to a 9. And Jim Northrup will swing away. Newman out of the stretch on a 1-9 right-handed base hit into center. An open single. Kaline can go to third. Reichard a +1. Kaline 14-15 to third. They're going to send him. And the Angels will cut that off and hold Northrup at first. Star 15, not held at 11 for Northrop. See how they're going to play the infield now. With the catcher freehand at the plate, they will play back. Newman trying to coax a double play out of freehand. Here's the pitch. It's a 4-9 grounder to third base B. It's Shaw down to Knopf for one to first, not in time, and a run will score. So it's a 5-4 force. K-Line scores. That's an RBI for freehand, and it's 2-0. Freehand, one of the few catchers who can run, although not against this battery, -4. And here's Gates Brown. He singled his first time today. I could have guessed that, Ben. Yeah, that makes total sense. Newman rated 6 for starter endurance as he gets ready to face Gates Brown here. The runner at first and 1 out. 2-3 righty is a grounder to first base. Seburn's only play will be to Newman covering, and Freehand will advance to second on the play. Freehand in scoring position now with 2 down, and the batter will be Don Wirt. He knocked in the first run of the game with a sac fly back in the second inning. And they're going to put him on. A rare intentional walk here issued to Wirt with 2 down. Newman will try to get out of the inning facing Wickersham. Here's the pitch on a 6-3 grounder to the pitcher X. It's in his own hands. Newman a 3E14. Here's the play. On an 18, he makes the play and throws him out. That will do it. 1-3X, side retired. The Tigers do get a run on 1 hit and leave a pair. We've played 4. It's 2-0 Tigers. Yeah, yes, it could have been. Let me turn around and see if the... Oh, yeah, he's still up there. As far as Mookie and the Lighthouse goes, it was the crash that startled me more than anything, I have to say. To the 5th we go. Wickersham's a 7-inning starter. And the Angels will have Kirkpatrick, Knopf, and Rogers come to bat this inning. Kirkpatrick hit by a pitch his first time up. Wickersham with a 5-3 left-handed. That's a base hit into left field. Kirkpatrick just dunks one in front of Brown. He'll round and hold at first. The Star 15 Steeler not held at 12. And here's Bobby Knopf. Knopf hit into a twin killing his first time up. Wickersham from the stretch. That's a 1-9 right-handed. That's a high fly ball to deep left field. That's going to be off the wall, bouncing away from Brown. Rounding third, headed for the plate is Kirkpatrick. He will score. Knopf, the throw to third. He is in there with the daily triple. Let's take a look at it. 1-9, homer to 10. On the 17, he gets the triple, and that makes it 2-1. Tying run at third base, nobody out, and the Tigers will pull the infield in. Buck Rogers batting left-handed. Wickersham's pitch on a 5-11 is a fly ball to right field X. Tough chance for Northrup. A 4-E7 as he ranges towards the line. Here's the play on a 6. He's not going to get that. That's down for extra bases. Scoring easily will be Knopp. And Rogers holds up at second with an RBI double. And this game is all tied up now. That's going to get him stirring in the Detroit pen. Fred Gladding, the righty. Johnny Padres, the lefty down there. Newman due up. Let's look at his bunting rating. He's a B. Runner at second, I'm going to roll inner back. They'll be back. He's a 3 hitters card. That's not the worst. Newman's going to swing away. That's a 2-7 right-handed. He struck him out. One away, here's Shaw. Shaw flew to right twice. He's 0 for 2. Wickersham set now. The pitch to Shaw. It's a 3-7 right-handed. A grounder to shortstop. Fielded by McAuliffe. Looks the runner back and throws him out. So Rogers still standing at second with 2 away. And here's Jim Fregosi. Fregosi 1 for 2. Wickersham set now. Here's the pitch to Fregosi. It's a 4-7 right-handed. A single to 16. That's knocked down at second base by Lumpy, but he has no play on an 11. That'll be an infield single with Rogers stopping at third. Fourth California hit of the inning. Gladding and Padres about ready down there. Meeting on the mound now. Freehand out there. McAuliffe and Lumpy come in. I'm inclined to give Wickersham the benefit of the doubt here. He'll face one more hitter with 2 lefties to follow Reichard if he doesn't get him. Most likely there will be a change here. So here's Reichard 0 for 2. The pitch from Wickersham is a 1-6, and that is going to be a triple. 1-6 to 7. The roll is a 3, and Reichard's going to clear the bases with the second triple of the inning, and that's going to chase Wickersham. 2 RBIs for Reichard. Rogers scores. Fregosi scores, and that makes it 4-2 Angels. And here comes Bob Swift, and that's going to do it for Wickersham. With the lefties coming up, he's going to bring in the left-hander, Johnny Padres. Early shower for Wickersham today, 4 2/3. Eight hits, no walks. He hit a batter. 3 strikeouts. So Padres, the left-hander, will come on, and as he gets loose, I'm going to take a look at the chat. Oh my God, no way, Frank. You actually got punched in the mouth? There's Kurt Miller, welcome. And that would be, which All-Star game was that? I'm trying to catch up here. The All-Star game that stands out for me was 1971. You wouldn't be talking about that one, would you? With the 19 Hall of Famers. The 82 season has the most Hall of Famers. Let me refresh this here and catch up at the bottom part of it. Oh, the 1966 had 19. Alrighty. Johnny Padres has only been in 4 games with Detroit. No record, but a brilliant 1.69 ERA so far. He's going to face Willie Smith here with a runner at third and 2 down. And here's the pitch to Smith. It is going to be a 112. It's a Lomax liner right into the glove of Cash. And that will do it. But the Angels come up with 4 runs in the 5th. On, count 'em, 5 hits. They leave a man. And they take a 4-2 lead to the bottom of the 5th. Russ, I bought that on Amazon. I had a smaller one before, and I didn't like it for YouTubing. It was fine for my own personal play. But I wanted one with at least, let me show you here, I wanted one with at least 3 slats. Okay, and that one has 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the bottom thing that it rolls off of. I've noticed some guys will cushion their towers. But for me personally, I kind of think the clackety-clack adds a little drama to the broadcast. Tigers will have the top of the order now as they trail by 2. Dick McAuliffe 0 for 2 on the day will start things off. Newman into the windup. 3-2, and he hits him on a 1. Okay, and we've already had a warning. So here's the ejection chart. The dust settles on the bench clearing brawl. And here's the roll on an 18, and both the batter and the pitcher will be thrown out of the game. So McAuliffe charged the mound. I'm not sure if any blows were thrown or not, but in any case, Honachik says, hey guys, this ain't bowling. And he ejects McAuliffe and Newman. I don't know, he almost did the Angels a favor as bad as as bad as Newman's card is. So Detroit's going to need a shortstop. That's going to be Ray Euler. He'll come in and run. And let's make a note of that here. Okay, so we got Euler. A 2E28. 12 runner. Angels will need a new pitcher. Chance Burdette in real life. Lumpy Cash, Kaline, and Northrup. 3 of the next 4 batters being left-handed. They're going to bring in the lefty Clyde Wright. So give me a minute to catch up on the scoring here. I'm laughing at Michael Haynes. Goodbye, Newman. Newman 4+. 5 hits allowed. 2 runs so far. He walked 2 and hit a batter. One of the walks was intentional. And he struck out just the one, the leadoff man. Okay. So, tempers are running hot today here. 3-game series. The Angels, by the way, won the opening game of this series, if you remember. Let's check Euler's base running now. He's at first base, no threat to run. And the batter will be Lumpy. Clyde Wright ready to go to work. From the stretch on a 3-8, it's a single 2-star, and Euler will go all the way to third. And the Tigers put the tying runs on here with nobody out. Heart of the order coming up. I have put in a new clause here. Ignore if A, pitcher is pitching a no-hitter, or B, pitching a shutout and leads by 4+. With runners at the corners and cash up, let's see what the Angels are going to do with the infield here. They lead it. Well, wait a minute. That's just going to confuse me. Because that looks like an RBI. They'll play the infield at double play depth for cash. Left on left. Wright delivers a 4-5. It's a grounder to short X. That could be 2. That's going to be Fregosi, a 2E36. Here's the play. On a 15, he's going to be a double play. It's Fregosi to Knopp to Seaburn. A run will score on the double play and make it a 4-3 game. 6-4-3X. Euler scores. Bases are clear now. So the playing infield bat gamble paid off for the Angels. 2 away, and here's Kaline. Al 0 for 1 with a walk. Is Wright set to go now? Here's the pitch to Al. It's a 3-7. Struck him out. So the Angels get out of that one cheaply enough. Tigers get a run on 1 hit. Nobody left. And through 5, it's a 4-3 game. Angels leading. Okay, well, somebody's happy hour, right? Somebody's not so happy hour, at least as far as McAuliffe and Newman are concerned. With Seaburn, Kirkpatrick, and Knopp due here in the 6th, Padres will come out. We can close the book on Wickersham now. All 4 runs will be charged to him. And here's Seaburn to lead things off. Padres, with the pitch, it's a 4-5 fly ball to left field. There's Brown to make the catch, and there's 1 away. Here's Kirkpatrick, the right fielder. Pitch from Padres is a 2-11 grounder down to first base. Cash will take it to the bag himself, and there's 2 away quickly. That'll bring up Knopp. Knopp 1 for 2 with a triple. The pitch from Johnny Padres, a 4-5 fly ball to straightaway left, and that's Brown again, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Johnny Padres. Let's see what they're going to do with Wright now. Left, right, left, due up. They'll stick with him. Wright also due to bat second in the 7th. And he'll face Northrup, Freehan, and Brown spot at least. Wright pitching to Northrup. That's a 5-7 lefty. That's going to be banged over the first base bag and down into the corner. It bounces away from Kirkpatrick. Northrup rounding second, headed for third on a 5. He is in there with the 3rd triple of the game. Holy crap, 3 triples. That's the tying run. So Northrup, the tying run, standing at 3rd with nobody out. Bill Freehan comes up. And the Angels will pull the infield in. All right. Freehan 0 for 2 on the day. Right set now. Full windup. The pitch is a 5-11 right-handed swung on and missed. Strike 3. What a big strikeout there for Clyde Wright. Brown, terrible defensively anyway. Doesn't usually play against lefties, so the Tigers are going to make a move here. And they're going to bring in Mickey Stanley to take over. He'll go to center. We'll have a little outfield moving around here. Musical outfield. 14 runner, same as Brown. So Stanley would go to center, Kaline to right, Northrup to left. Infield remains in. The pitch from Clyde Wright is a 1-8 left-handed RBI single from Mickey Stanley, and this game is tied. So Stanley comes off the bench, delivers an RBI single, and the batter will be Don Wirt. And now, how about that? Dean Chance. Normally a starter. Dean Chance loosening up in the Angel pen. Don Wirt does not have an official at bat today. Sac fly in the 2nd was intentionally walked in the 4th. Right from the stretch. It's a 5-9 right-handed, a grounder to short. This could be 2. It's Fregosi to Knopp to Seaburn. 6-4-3 double play. That'll end the inning, but not before the Tigers tie it. A run on 2 hits, nobody left. And it's 4-all after 6 innings of play. So let's get the outfield lined up. K-Line moves to right where he's a 1. And I believe Northrup's the same in all fields. He is. He slides over to left. To the 7th we go. The Angels will have Rogers, the pitcher's spot. That'll be a pinch hitter. And Shaw. Fred Gladding starts throwing again in the Detroit pen, where he's joined by another starting pitcher, left-hander Mickey Lolich, throwing down there. And here's Rogers, 1 for 2 on the day. He'll turn around and bat right-handed against Padres. Here's Johnny's pitch now on a 2-6 fly ball to straightaway center. That's Reichart. Excuse me, Reichart. That's Stanley making the play. Beg your pardon. 1 down, and we will have a hitter now for Clyde Wright. Pitcher spot leading off for Detroit. So Wright worked 2 innings. We can close the book on Newman. 3 runs charged to him. For Clyde, 3 hits and a run. No walks, 2 strikeouts. Chance will be coming in. Let's see who they're going to use. Obvious move would be Adcock. However, if they do that, you can bet Detroit's going to make a pitching change. They're not going to let a lefty face Adcock. So the Angels are going to go with Jackie Warner. Warner pretty much all or nothing, although he does have 11 home runs on the season. Padres ready to go to work now. The pitch to Warner on a 5-9. That's going to be a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Northrop at the track, at the wall, leaps at the wall, and it is gone. 1-7. He throws the 6. Jackie Warner comes off the bench with a pinch hit home run, and the Angels retake the lead 5-4 for Warner, his 12th home run of the season. And that ties him for the American League lead with Willie Horton. And with the right-handers coming up now, it looks like Swift is going to make a move. And with his pitcher due to lead off, we're going to have to look at the possibility of a double switch here, as Fred Gladding is going to come into the game. I'm not going to take out any of those guys. On the other hand, the only other third baseman is Jake Wood, who's just terrible down there. Could switch it with Northrop, but I hate to. He's 3 for 3. Oh boy. I don't see a way to do it. It'll be a short outing for Gladding most likely, as he's due to lead off the bottom of the inning. And that's fine, because they really don't want him facing left-handers anyway, if possible. Gladding very tough on righties. He was his whole career. So Padres work 2 1/3. No, that's not right. 1 2/3. 1 hit, the homer to Warner. No walks, no strikeouts. How about that? Lolich still going strong at 84. I know, right, Thomas? Looking at Gladding stats now. Let's see what he's done so far. 3 and 2 with a save, 4.5. 1 away. Here's Shaw. Gladding ready to go to work. The windup and the pitch is a 2-8 righty. He struck him out. Shaw down on strikes. And here's Fregosi. Fregosi 2 for 3. That's a 5-5 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Gladding comes on and fans 2. Angels get a run on the pinch hit home run from Jackie Warner. And as we stretch for the 7th, it's 5-4 Angels. Dean Chance will be coming in to pitch for the Angels. And the Tigers will have a pinch hitter for Gladding. When we come back. But first, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the little troublemaker today. Yep. Oh, there's the other one. I didn't put it back up there. So yeah, as I said before, there were 5. Now there are 3. And he's been attacking stuff at the ground level all day. So he went from, a ground game to an aerial assault. Just like that. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to get myself another cup of coffee. And while we're letting that brew, let's see if we can figure out who the pinch hitter is going to be for Detroit. Against Dean Chance, a righty. Bottom of the 7th. Good as time as any for Willie Horton, I would say. Horton tied with Warner now for the American League lead in home runs with 12 apiece. No mice in here, Bill. Yeah, I am, Ben, because it's not that big of a deal. I used to have a pretty huge collection of those things, but through moving, and then after the crash, you know, it forced me to move. I'll tell you something about being forced to move. It really made me address it made me address the fact that I wouldn't call myself a hoarder per se, but I was getting far too much crap that really didn't have any positive impact in my life. So I've gone completely full circle now. I'm constantly trying to get rid of stuff. On a baseball note, I've got a ton of baseball cards I would love to sell. A couple of boxes full. Several complete sets. But yeah, I mean, when's the last time I looked at it? I would keep a few of my favorites. There are something. In Spokane, the average is about $12.25. Which is about 50, I think it's 59%. I looked this up just recently. I think it's 59% less than the national average, which is $15.99. I got in a lower rate complex because of my income. I'm paying $9.83, which is well below the norm, but it's still almost twice what I paid in my old place. I didn't realize how good I had it there, although that place wasn't really worth any more than that, to be honest. Yeah, I'll have to look into that, Robert. Some of them, you know, I did look up the 89 Upper Deck. It's not worth what it was, even back in the day. It's actually gone down in value. That's the one with the famous #1 card, the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie, of course. Okay, we're getting underway here. Bottom of the 7th. Willie Horton will bat for Gladding to lead it off. Dean Chance has come on to pitch for the Angels. Chance into the windup. The pitch to Horton on a 4-7. He walks him. Lead off walk to Horton. Not what you want to do when you're just taking a 1-run lead. Let's check the battery now, because Chance with a terrible hold. Horton not a threat to run. Euler, a terrible hitter, but the Tigers don't have any other alternatives at shortstop. McAuliffe's already been thrown out of the game. Chance +7, Rogers -2, that's +5. That would make Horton an 18, but he's got almost as much chance of being picked off as he does of getting the lead. Euler, no hit and run ability, no bunting ability to speak of, but he's going to square to bunt even though he's a D. Euler squares to bunt on a 6D, and it's successful. He bunts it slowly to third. Shaw has to charge in, and his only play is to third. So Euler able to get the sacrifice down. And Horton goes to second. 1 through 13 runner, that's decent. Now Lumpy, followed by Cash. Lumpy 2 for 3 on the day. Chance checks the runner. The pitch to Lumpy is a 1-7 fly to center field, playable for Reichart, and he puts it away for out number 2. It'll be up to Cash, meeting on the mound, probably just asking Chance, do you want Cash or K-line? Pick your poison. And they're going to pitch to Cash with Horton at second, the tying run, and 2 away. Dean Chance pitches to Norm Cash. It's a 4-6 grounder to second base. It's Knopp over to Seaburn, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. After 7 innings of play, it's 5-4 Angels. And the Tigers will need a new pitcher. Orlando Pena unavailable. And since Lolich was ready, it's going to be Lolich. Lolich and Chance both worked in this game in real life, by the way, in case you're wondering about that. I very rarely use starters in a relief role. They're both rated for relief, however. So Lolich will come on to pitch the 8th. Hell of a ball game here today. Wow. Looks like we're headed into the weekend with a bang. For the Angels, it'll be Reichart, Smith, and Seaburn. We'll see about Smith. Not likely that he'll face a left-hander in the 8th. Reichart 1 for 3. Lolich into the windup. That's going to be a 6-9 right-handed. That's a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Northrup at the wall. It's gone. Home run Reichart. Let's take another look at it. 6-9 to 12. He rolls to 8, and for Reichart, his 11th home run of the season. That makes it 6-4. Let's see what the Angels have on the bench. They'd like to get Reichart out of center, that's for sure. So Jose Cardinal is going to come in and take over for Smith. Cardinal would go to center, 2E3 minus 2. Best runner on the team at a 17. Kirkpatrick, a 3 in left, will slide over there. So Jose Cardinal batting now, nobody out in the 8th. Lolich into the windup. 3-8 left-handed, grounder down to third base. That's Wirt, throws him out, 1 down. Seaburn will bat. Lolich with a 6-10 swung on and missed, strike 3. So he fans Seaburn. And Kirkpatrick he's a good defensive outfielder, though. He'll stay in. They lead by 2. It's a 5-6 swung on and missed, strike 3. So Lolich gives up a home run to Reichart and nothing else. And the Angels lead it 6-4. Let's check them defensively now. We already know that Cardinal goes to center, Reichart to left. Everything else looks pretty good. So no other changes. Chance will start the 8th. Lou Burdette begins to throw in the Angels' pen. And it will be Kaline, Northrup, and Freehan for Detroit. That's awesome, Thomas. K-Line is 0 for 2 with a walk today. Chance gets the sign from Rogers. The pitch to Al on a 1-7. He walks him. K-Line walks for the second time today, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Northrop, who's 3 for 3 today. Chance rated 4 for relief endurance. Checks the runner, now working out of the stretch. The pitch to Northrop is a 5-8 left-handed fly ball into straightaway center. Cardinal is out there now. Boy, you come into the game and the ball finds you, and he grabs that for out number 1. That'll bring up Freehand, the catcher, 0 for 3 on the day. The pitch from Chance is a 6-5 right-handed. It's a grounder to short X. That could be 2. Fregosi, 2E36. Here's the play on a 6, and he's got it to Canop for 1. A turn to Seaburn, double play. 6-4-3X, side retired. And for the Tigers, they're running out of outs. Bottom of the order for the Angels here in the 9th. I want to thank everybody for watching today. It's been a lot of fun today. Fridays usually are for some reason. And no, I'm not participating in the happy hour. I'm still drinking coffee. But a very lively Friday chat. Just wonderful. Okay, 9th inning. Here's Canop, 1 for 3 on the day, tripled in the 5th. Lois with the windup, 2-3, grounder to shortstop. That's going to be Euler. He throws him out. That's a good way to put it, Steve. Here's Rogers now, switch hitter batting right-handed. Lolich gets the sign. On a 5-6 righty, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Third strikeout for Lolich. Should they stick with Chance or hit for him? What do you guys think? If they hit for him, Lou Burdette would pitch the 9th. He pitched in this game in real life. I don't see any reason to take him out. We may need a new card, though. He's a 1-hitting pitcher. 1 WR. And he's going to bat. That's going to be a 4-10 right-handed. Shallow fly to center. On comes Stanley. And he grabs it for the 3rd out. 1, 2, 3 go the Angels in the 9th. Angels leading by 2. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Chance, his 3rd inning. He's rated as 4. He'd be the winning pitcher, wouldn't he? Came in here. No, he took over with a 5-4 lead. Clyde Wright would be the pitcher of record. So it's Stanley, Wirt, and the pitcher's spot here in the bottom of the 9th for the Tigers. Stanley 1 for 1. Chance into the windup. Pitch to Stanley on a 5-11 is a fly to right field X. That's Kirkpatrick. A 3-E2 as he ranges towards the line on an 18 and makes a nice running catch for the out. Nice play by Kirkpatrick in right. That's 1 down. And here's Don Wirt. Chance into the windup. It's a 4-8 righty, and he walks him, and the tying run will come to the plate. And we will have a pinch hitter for Lolich, who worked 2 innings. Let's see who it's going to be. Pretty much a no-brainer with what's left on the bench. The batter will be Don Demeter. Demeter steps to the plate. Let's take a look at Wirt now. With a +5 battery, he's an 18. He's not the tying run, so the Angels elect to not hold him. But an 18, that's too good to not try for. He needs a 7. Rolling for the lead, he does not get it. It's an 8. So here's Demeter now. Runner at first, 1 down. Chance from the stretch. That's going to be a 2-7. Double to 8. That is a double into left field. On a 6. Wirt can try to score. 13 + 1, 14. But his run doesn't matter. They're going to hold him up at third. So the Tigers will have the tying run at second. Tying runs aboard. Second and third, 1 down. And the top of the order coming up. Burdette is ready in the pen. Let's check the Detroit bench now. Lumpy's at second. He can only play second. Trzaskowski could play short. We might as well empty the bench. Tigers are not going to leave this up to Euler. So Jake Wood is going to bat for Euler. And the California Angels will bring the infield in. The only question now with the meeting on the mound, do they want Chance to pitch to Wood or do they want to go to Burdette? We're sticking with Chance all the way. So here's the situation. Bottom of the ninth. 6-4 Angels. Runners at second and third with 1 out, and Jake Wood at the plate. Here's the pitch from Chance. Infield is in. It's a 3-6 righty. Ground ball to second base, C. I'm going to have to look at that one now. Second and third, C on a 1. Batter out, runners hold. So the infield in saves a run. We're going to put Trzaskowski in that spot as a placeholder. And it's going to be up to Jerry Lumpy. Even if that run had scored, it wouldn't matter that much anyway. They'd still need one more either way. So it's Chance versus Lumpy. Tying runs are out there. Lumpy 2 for 4 on the day. Chance with the windup. The pitch to Lumpy on a 2-7. Grounder to short. That's going to do it for Gosi to Seaburn, and that's the ball game. Six to 4, Angels win it. They've won the first 2 games of the series. Kind of surprisingly. Really, both of these teams have kind of underachieved to this point. Anyway, I'll have the totals for you here in a moment. Thank you for watching. Wow, what a game. Great finish indeed. Let's see, Lolich gave up a hit and a run. Struck out 3. Chance for the 3 innings. Wright gets the win. Chance for the 3 inning save. That's got to be his first, I would assume. I think it's his first relief appearance. It is, so that's his first save. Clyde Wright 2 and 3 now with the win. Johnny Padres saddled with the loss. He gave up the 5th run. That's his first decision. He's 0-1. Chance in his 3 innings only allowed 1 hit. He did walk 3. And uncharacteristically of Chance, he did not strike out anybody. Player of the game looks like pretty clearly it's Rick Reichart with a triple and a homer. The Angels with the win, 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The Tigers 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. So there you go, 19 hits. Pretty typical 66 game. Unless, of course, one of the great pitchers is on the mound, then you get a few less, of course, but you get the picture. Holy cow, thanks everybody for being here. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. What a fantastic, huge crowd today watching this one. Kind of become the norm for the Friday happy hour game, right? No game tomorrow, of course. I won't be here. I'll be back on Sunday. We're going to jump over to the National League again, and we will have the Pittsburgh Pirates at the Houston Astros. Don Cardwell for the Pirates, Dave Justy for the Astros. Oh my goodness, that's guaranteed to confuse me. I'm going to have to be sharp for that game because in my mind, I've always thought of Justy as a Pirate, but he's still on the Astros at this point, so I'm going to have to drill that into my thick skull. Three. Oh, goodness. Well, you're right, Lonnie. I blew that one. That should have only been, that should have only been 2 outs. Seaburn on third. So my apologies for that. I suppose on the plus side, it didn't cost the Angels the game. I'm not sure what the hell I was thinking there, but thank you for pointing that out. It'll stand. I'll just have to convert that into a triple play when I enter it manually. That's the ruling anyway. Sorry about that, guys. It happens every now and then. I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoy your weekend. I'll hopefully see you all on Sunday. Take care, everybody.